loneliness, all this. So my question to you, that am I doing right or wrong? I have told them, love your loneliness. Because when you are lonely, no boss is, nobody is boss there. Like you can walk for a long time, you can sit down for a long time. Love your loneliness. Another thing I told them, love your children from far away. Pray for them from far away. Because there is no rejection. So it is like I learned from you how to count your blessings. I got inspired by that point. So I'm telling them, love your loneliness. Love your children from far away, so that's no rejection. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely right. No doubt about it. The only thing is this, that whenever we are talking to anybody, we must first appreciate, in which level they are. That means if I'm just talking to somebody who possibly is in grade 5, I'm not going to teach lessons that is there in the grade 10. Loving loneliness is not an easy task as easily as it is said. Because it's very difficult. Only when somebody feels that loneliness deep in the heart, he or she knows what truly is loneliness. But at the same time, if we would say, look here, I know how difficult it is, and I would not say that give up all this sense of loneliness because God is with you and all. Because these kind of words, that person must have heard it a million times from everybody else. No. Tell that person in a simple way, come sit with me for 2 minutes. Come sit with me for 2 minutes. In these 2 minutes, we both are going to exchange our breaths, our prana. Let's connect to each other at a pranic level. And let's see if we can bring some kind of happiness to each other, 2 of us. And then we'll try to spend it with others. First, then what you do is that you sit and you allow that person to sit with you. Take some deep breaths in and out, deep breaths in and out. Hold breaths for a few seconds and release as much as you can. Inhale naturally, hold and release as much as you can. Allow the other person to gradually expand the capacity of breathing. Do you get my point? And then what will happen? The moment the other person starts to have little longer, deeper breaths of some kind of awareness will start happening. And the moment that starts happening, you are not, that person will not feel that somebody is trying to advise me, that somebody is trying to teach me, somebody is trying to coach me. Because we are continually being dumped so much of knowledge by everybody else. Everybody seems to be a guru. The best part that you can do is to make the other person feel what is to be not lonely. But not advice. Don't give any advice to any kind of spiritual advice. Today is redundant. It's not so much appreciated because the other person is not ready for it. I need to see if the other person is absolutely ready for a spiritual conversation with me. I will talk to that other person absolutely on a very spiritual connotation and conversation. But otherwise, make sure. The best way to instantly bring about a change in the level of their emotions and their feelings and their physical part, everything changes the moment you just allow that person to maybe just sit and breathe with you, and then at some point ask that person not to just do anything but to become. You are not taking deep breaths and leaving deep breaths, but you are observing the natural flow of the breaths. Tell that person, let's for the next 2 minutes, we will just quietly observe, consciously breathing in and consciously breathing out. That's all we are going to do. We are not going to do anything else. Can we take 10 breaths? From the morning we took thousands breaths without any kind of awareness. Can we breathe 10 breaths, you and me? Can we breathe 10 breaths consciously? And we will be just sitting here as a sentry, right here. And then watching the flow of the prana, the flow of the oxygen, the flow of all that is there in the universe for this body to survive, flow through my nostrils, and I am becoming conscious. Yes, I know I am breathing in. Yes, I know I am breathing out. And as I breathe in, I feel so calm. I feel so blessed. I feel the whole universe is with me. I feel so protected. Each incoming breath brings about a feeling of more and more protection for me. There's no insecurity anymore. I feel so secured. Each incoming breath is a breath of security. Each incoming breath is a breath of life. Each incoming breath fills me up with divine grace and love. I'm never alone in this world. I'm ever with the universal principles of divine protection, which makes me fearless. And I'm just breathing in fearlessness and breathing out all the love of my heart to this universe. As I breathe in, I feel calm. As I breathe out, I release all the toxins of my mind, toxins of my body, toxins of my breaths, if they are there, into the universe. Try to understand how beautiful. As you go through this process with the other person, a time will come, suddenly that person will say, oh, this was so relaxing, so beautiful. Ask that person, do you feel lonely now? He'll say, no, I don't feel lonely. This is experiential sharing of wisdom. Don't share wisdom which is dry. Until and unless you are established in the wisdom, you have no business to share wisdom. Baba Lokenath says in one place, Tumi jaha upalobdhi korite paro nai, taha tumi onno ke shikhaite paro na. That, Baba Lokenath says, that which you yourself have not experienced, that which you yourself have not cultivated enough and realized it, you cannot really have that eligibility to influence the other. You can influence everybody in this world when you have influenced yourself enough.
That's so true.
You cannot change anybody in this world until such time you have changed yourself enough. You cannot make anybody happy in this world until such time you yourself are established in your happy state of your witnessing self. Because only the Atman, only the witnessing self, only your soul spirit is eternally happy, eternally blessed. Everything other than that, that mind creates, their hallucinations and nothing but hallucinations. Only when in that particular state where my mind gradually gets into the core of my being and establishes itself in tune, in connection in unison. That's the yoga. That means uniting. When I, the mind and body, I, the mind and body, am able to take I, the mind and body, to I, the higher self. When I, the mind and body, can gradually travel and take that inner journey to the reality. I, the mind and body, is not a reality. It's false. It's not there. It's non-existent. It's a mirage. It's false. Only that is there is something that is indestructible, unchangeable, immutable, omniscient, omnipotent. That is Isha. That is Ishvara. That is the divine. That is the ultimate supreme consciousness that pervades. My individual egotistical consciousness is nothing but a kind of a froth, a bubble in the shores of the ocean. It comes for a while and then bursts and disappears into the water. I am nothing but a froth and a bubble in that particular, in the ocean's shores. It's there for a few seconds and then it's not there. So I have no business in the world other than fixing myself. I have no business in the world until such time I have come closer and closer to my inner self, so that I am so much at peace with myself that I don't have to tell anybody how to become peaceful. People in my companionship would feel the aura of peace. Even if you're totally silent, you don't preach, you don't teach, you don't say anything. That should be your ideal of life, where you take yourself gradually to that state wherein you don't teach, yet everybody is taught. Where you don't preach, but everybody is converted. Where you don't talk of religion, but everybody thinks you are the very embodiment of religions. All of it is possible, provided we understand the fundamental purpose of being spiritual and treading the path of the Spirit. The fundamental fact is this: we are here to first gradually improve ourselves to a state wherein all our complaints, they disappear from the mind. All our concerns disappear from the mind. And in that space that we create out of all these detoxifications, in that space is filled the divine grace, which is nothing but pure blissfulness, pure joy. If you are in the company of 1 million people, you are happy. If you are alone, you are happier.
Yes.
So that way, I would possibly today, it's almost time, and let me sum up all of it with this one word. You remember that today I wanted to share with you only one thing. Each day, make sure the distance between the inner and the outer is bridged. The distance between the inner and the outer is bridged, because in today's world, if there is so much of sickness, it is because of the distance between the inner and the outer. So spend more time to find the true self within. that blissful self within. Spend more time for it, find more time for it, find more priorities for it. And try to open your heart in absolute note of surrender to the divine will. That, oh Lord, I know nothing. I know nothing. Because all my knowledge is nothing but a barrier for my true relationship with you. Because my knowledge itself is nothing but an expression of my ego, which is a separation from you. So take all my knowledge and fill that space with your grace. And the grace is bliss. The grace is light. The grace is love. Then you don't love. You don't love. Love happens through you. You don't try to spread your fragrance anymore. You are a blossomed flower, hence fragrance will spread on itself. This is to be natural, just to be like that flower, just to be like that tree, just to be like that beautiful cat, just to be like the beautiful stars, just to be like anything else. Being, but not doing. So with these words, I pray to my Baba Lokenath, to my Guru, to my Agartala Man, to all of the sages and saints and enlightened masters who are in this world and who have transcended to the other world as astral masters, ascended masters. May all the ascended masters and all masters in this universe evoke that urgency in us. The time is running out. The urgency not to focus only outside, to fix this world and make this world really friendly with me, but to fix my inner world, and so that I become my best friend in the world. And when I am my best friend, imagine how beautiful this world could be. So with these words, I take leave of you, from every one of you, with all my heart's love for you and prayers. And I only wish.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, each one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will once again have a beautiful session. After a while, I'll let Marina know it, and we'll have this kind of session from time to time. But make sure we give more time to practice. Ashwin, good to see you.